Kita nonton VCT dulu. Belum? Hah? Semalam udah.
Mana kok
Ya.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here I'm screaming, okay, this a dream. And I pray as a team, one day it'll be me. If I want it, then I get it. Head down, don't regret it. Push myself to the limit. If I play it, then I win it. I'm just saying, I'm just living for today. For a minute, I don't stay, I just visit. Have no shame, I admit it. Looking to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me.
Pernah.
I swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making
Lama ya.
moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused, my mind is open. They start to notice that I'm in motion. There is no potion, you're not just chosen. It takes devotion to stay composed, man. Never stop, there ain't no time to fall. Try to live, get it up. You got one life to fall. Thinking big, never small, cause you gotta want it all. When you finally get that call, you get ready, take it on. Need a hand out, I already stand out. Starting to advance now, ready to expand now. You don't have a chance now, cause we're in demand now. Make it by the grand now, feeling in command now. They're looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me.
Ini tak perlu ya guys ya. Hell. Belum mulai cak. Ubah judul deh. Kita bakal nonton Nobar turnamen Valo PCTA 4 Asia Pasifik. Rex itu jam berapa sih Rex? Southeast Asia, Southeast Cina, Korea, Jepang. Ya. Hai. Aing juga Rumi. Mulut Vijati. Ay. Welcome to stream. Kita nobar. Turnamen Valorant. Oke, bendok kan. Masih basah kan. Baru mandi. Hari nggak mandi gua. Sabtu Minggu Senin Selasa 4 hari lah. Lama ya? kagak bisa kok satu. Gitu doang. Amat kodok. Gimana sih? Nggak jalan. Solo aja nih. Iya ntar solo kali. Picite dulu dah. Belum picite. Ini udah mulai deh.
We apologize for the delay and thank you for bearing with us. As you guys might be aware, we've been facing some pretty challenging technical issues while our production team behind the scenes tries to work through all of those.
Bisa gua beginian. Ambing. Apa ngaruh ke atas? Nih, Nobar Discord nggak? Live aja. Match kedua nih. Udah 8-13 aja, cok. Oke, kita ke layar Nobar.
Consistent out snipes on John Olsen when John Olsen's holding some angles with that operator, and here comes Sembari, peeks the corner, boom, headshot, operators out of their hands. So it was a really strong kind of debut for him here, win reject, and I'm looking forward to seeing him continue to have this level of impact as we go, throughout this series. Obviously, I predicted 2-1. They end up losing on their map.
Botak. Asih botak.
Had success on Breeze. I'm hoping that we continue to see things tighten up because it did get closer at the end in that second half. It was a good run. It seems like both of these teams just a bit better on the defender side of things, but full sense with how strong of a lead they had, they just couldn't quite get back into the driver's seat.
Yeah, we're going to be going to Breeze next, so that'll be the challenge for Reject. Full Sense's map pick there for them as well. And, Paper Thin, Achilleo sort of mentioned it, did seem like Samurai Deeper had Wilson's number right there.
Reject versus Full Sense. Boom, jam berapa tahu dah? Boom, 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 boom. Schedule. Reject on Full Sense. Boom jam 1. Jam 1 apa anjir? Ini jam 1, setengah 2 malah.
They would find, like, let's say 3 at top mid when they were on the defender side. So then they would gum up and, push forward into main, make sure they secure the alt orb, watch to see if they
Anubis Gaming, Oxygen Esport, WebCam nih.
Quick time frame, they would back off, they would wait, but really just doing a really good job playing off of those 0 points, just really using that information better than I see most teams do with KO. Most of the time I see them just kind of get the information and they don't really do anything.
Match 1 Full Sense menguasain pertandingan.
Yeah, I really like Full Sense's play all around. Achilleos, any other thoughts?
Yeah, I thought that
main KO.
one of the most impactful and well-rounded performances that I've seen from a KO in, at least in this region. I mean, most of the time that I see KOs, I guess it's because I'm queuing Paper Thin, and that's just a tragedy. But this was extremely good. The timings and the game sense that that PTC was showing off were just excellent. He wasn't just sending the knife out at the beginning of a round, he was often waiting, a minute in, 30 seconds in, just holding on to that, and then would throw it out, get these nice timings to try to catch reject
Anjing,
on a
Jetman.
rotation, and then fully identify what site they were going to hit.
Apa
The
kucing?
combo play with the gravity wells
Ngomong
and
aja.
the fragment name
Ntar
we're
ya.
talking about, like, just phenomenal. So it seems like they've really figured out how to fully integrate this pick into the comp, and I'm hoping to see more of it, because Breeze is definitely a map where we absolutely can see more of this KO.
Yeah, I mean, the site has looked very good for Full Sense. Full Sense don't have a ton of tape for us to sort of look at when they do, when it does come for them playing Breeze. They do like to play double initiator, though. The Sky and the Sova that we mentioned, hey, they could actually play on Ascent, and we did see them slot in the KO. So possibilities for them to run something like that.
KO tuh ngeselin.
The small sample size we have from Reject as well. They're a little bit more inclined to play double duelist with both a Jet and a Ray.
Pribadi ya gua males anjing kalau ketemu KO, kampret.
You prefer there on Breeze? Are you liking more duelists or leaning towards the initiators?
It's hard to say. I tend to lean towards the duelist just because I think long-range shooting is just so important on Breeze, and I think for Reject, the good news here is Samurai Deeper is absolutely cracked out of his mind with the Marshal, with the blades, with the operator. I mean, he is going to be so crucial for them.
Orang pada pakai kursi gaming, gue sopa anjing sopa gaming.
Previously, he has to continue to be able to outduel whoever is going to be grabbing those snipers for Full Sense, whether that be PTC or John Olsen. So yeah, I think for me,
Masih lama kah manis?
Duelist potentially, but man, double initiator, it's hard to not like that amount of information and control you can get out of, especially the skies. I mean, that's so crucial to have those things.
It's very true. Sort of looking at Breeze as this next map too, it feels like Samurai Deeper players need him to be able to replicate that, but the rest of the team has to step up behind it too, because Reject didn't seem quite as convincing with their side takes, perhaps, as we saw out of like the Full Sense. And Breeze is a map that I think really punishes you if you're not coordinated on those site hits.
Buat yang mau dengerin bahasa Inggris, software lah. Kita mah ngerti, bukan ngerti, cuma bingung. Balas.
More often than not, when we saw Reject getting those plants down, they
Lock.
suffered some losses. People, who were getting tagged up. I really liked a lot of the utility that we're seeing out of Full Sense to just kind of chip away at them. They get eyes on somebody over at
Kakak tinggal di Bali. Mata lu Bali. Ini bukan Bali, cok. Ini tuh Bendo. Ini dari Bandung, Jawa Barat, Sunda. Kalau Bali, Udeng. Beda. Brother, Bekoy. Map selection. Asen udah kalah tadi. Reject Breeze sama Bain. Wow. Map lebar.
Yeah, you're seeing on your screen right now another look at map select. So the bands just run you through them again.
Ini bukan Bali, anjing.
Full Sense took off Icebox, and if
ini Bendo. Kalau Bali namanya Udeng. Jawa Barat ini. Sunda Pret bos. Waduh, orang Tawi gua.
Special magic here for Reject. I mean, what I saw beneath Samurai Deeper was lacking in terms of the mechanical ability compared to Full Sense. That's just being brutally honest. They're just not as fast, they're not as accurate, and it's going to take kind of an immediate level up here for them to really compete. Unless Samurai Deeper can have one of those godlike games on the Jet where he just takes over, puts up 31 kills, and just stomps on the other team. So we'll see. I mean, in particular, a player that I think needs to step up here if he's going to continue to play Cypher is Bees. He was not playing off his utility at all.
Ayolah mulai, lama kali lah turnamen. Asia Pasifik.
It's just like he would put a trap wire up on Heaven right across there. They throw a smoke down to cover the edges of the trap wire so that it would be difficult.
Ya, trap wire, smoke ngarobat di Breeze anjing. Apalagi pakai smoke tie brim. 2 menit anjing sampai kelar match. Baru hilang smoke-nya.
towards dice, and that's just there's no reason to. You might as well at least try one clip of wall bangs first and see if you get lucky. You know they're right by that trap wire, and he never really played off his utility.
Wire terus di wellbang. Anjing emang. Keeper. Oh tapi kok agama cok. Tulen gue Islam. Kok Buddha sih? Udah jangan bobo agama apa? Ah, bekoy goblok.
Maybe they've got something prepared there, and we can see him have a little bit more impact. Because if you just have that side-by-side comparison of the Astras, it is just the starkest night and day difference between the two.
Bekoy, gue delete gue anjing.
Superbus was, second highest frags for his squad and was just finding such incredible value with his lurks. That catch on.
Jangan ngomongin agama ah.
After Norrison's just lurking at the very top of mid, right around the corner, is waiting to peek around over towards Gelato. You've got him just waiting right in the back of a lobby. Like, it was just this perfect read from Superbus to basically say, like, yeah, I have you downloaded. I know exactly what movements you are going to make, and I'm going to counteract them at every twisted turn.
I think that's such a great point too, because you saw like the utility use out of the Astra as well, the combination of like the sucks plus KO nades getting like multiple kills on round, just really good utility control and showing I think the coordination difference between the two teams. And I also think like pointing out Superbus
Wah lama banget cok anjing.
Especially moving onto a map like Breeze.
Itu di sebelah dulu lah.
Here at LCQ and APAC just yet, lurking is so critical on a map like this, and I feel like if you have a player that has great timings, great reads of the opposition, like you're just gonna blow up rounds, and Superbus could do that again.
Yeah, they absolutely can. I mean, that he just has this great game sense. He can kind of tell, where the opponents are trying to go. So we'll see if Kaminari is going to be able to step up.
Ben pick maksudnya nggak ada ban anjing. Dia ngepicknya itu dari orang rejectnya Jet, Zipper, Sky, Sofa sama Viper. Kok mirip anjing pikannya. Pulsen, Zipper, Jet, Sky, Sofa, Viper. Emang anjing mirip-mirip.
It's going to be tough. The mirror matchup means that, in terms of who has available to them, nothing's going to be different. I'm curious about fees on the Viper. Like, is he going to be able to adapt better? Is he going to be able to play off that Viper utility? Even with the change.
Kalau rencana nikah tuh apa?
It hasn't actually changed that much. Like, is he going to be able to abuse?
Gak ada yang tahu, bos.
Are they going to have good placements for the walls? Are they going to be able to, utilize that placement well? Like, or is they just going to kind of put it down and just be like, well, that's where we.
Jangan nanya yang aneh-aneh, anjing.
I'm curious about it. I don't know, man.
There's a lot we're gonna have to find out here. Let's send it over to our casters to take us into game 2.
Thanks, guys. Game 2 at hand, and we have got, well, what looks to be another game here from Full Sense, if we're being completely honest. Their map pick, and they're very dominant on it. I just hardly think that they're going to be
panas juga pakai bendo
pull it out of the water and just be like, okay, no, we're going to be ready. We're going to hit the sides. We have a game plan. I just don't think that Reject
Kakak udah makan belum? Alhamdulillah sudah. Jangan lupa makan. Untuk bahagia, karena pura-pura bahagia butuh asupan makanan. Biar kuat pura-pura bahagianya, oke?
Some form of brilliances, not only from Samurai Deeper, but specifically as well from Norrison, especially when Reject got into their defensive side. I think he had a lot of really good positionings that he was able to catch off multiple members of Full Sense, most particularly on Short. I feel like Short was where he really had its mark. But again, it was very few and far in between. And definitely you were talking about how
mukanya muka-muka Asura kayak muka-muka orang Indo. Udah play kah? Ya. Oke, kita masuk ke in game ya guys ya. Reject lawan Full Sense. Sama-sama pakai Sova dan Viper dan Cheaper dan Jet dan Sky. Sama udah kombinasinya nih. Dua-duanya pick-pickannya. Satu duelis, tidak ada Sage. Cuma pakai initiator 2 sama controller. Sentinel 1. Skeng apa, buset. Skeng jalan sempit doang. Mau ngepush. Pick. Aduh. Oh ya, attacker mencet W untuk maju. Dianggurin. KRDA-nya katanya mau dijual, enggak dijual. Anjing camping, cok. Ngehold. Oke, dia akan menyerang si A. Apakah masuk? Planting dari reject. Kalah pick. Nice. Shock dartnya kena, cok. Skor 1 untuk reject atas Full Sense. Nih jeleknya Full Sense, jangan nyerang-nyerang lah. Defense-nya udah full dev. Cek WA. Cek WA. Kenapa? Sherlock. Kayak nggak tahu lokasi rumah gua aja, biji. Bentar ya guys ya.
And I honestly did not felt like there was gonna be a second game, but maybe that's obviously this is me. We'll see.
Oke, anjing dikeluarkan.
Again, it's not to disparage reject
untuk ngecek-ngecek.
Really does feel like
tidak ada orang.
Even if they have this first round here, we have seen them not be able
to ajak si Lilo dong, Lilo nggak mau. Kamu yang ada ntar kalau diajak. Udah ngambil pick dari arah hall. Sofa, waiting, sampai besok. Nah, udah ada pada depan nih, reject lawan Full Sense. Ya, kena one tap gimana? Ih, one tap lagi. Udah gila. Scan dihancurin. Nah, sekarang tuh Vipernya mati ya guys ya. Planting dilakukan oleh reject 13 detik. Spike telah dipasang. Sayang sekali brother. Ya, terculik Kaminari. Nice reject. 2-0 reject atas Full Sense. Apakah akan membalikan keadaan dan terjadinya map ketiga? Full Sense made it incredibly expensive for reject here. Thankfully enough, they did actually got the round plus the spike planted down, so that's gonna at least net them some money to buy a full into this round. But that was scary because literally Full Sense had nothing. Oke, full buy dari tim Full Sense dan reject udah pada full buy sih, udah harusnya. Tapi skill-skillnya kita lihat di sini. Sofa cuma nggak beli drone, cuma shock dart. Vipernya nggak beli smoke. Beli ya? Beli nggak sih? Enggak lah. Oke, ubur-ubur telah dikeluarkan dan akan menyerang B. Flash dikeluarkan. Dapat 1.
does get the 1-for-1 trade, leaving Super Bus in
Kena recon back. Ya. Sayang sekali. Planting dilakukan oleh reject. Wallbang, buset. Kali bah. Kalah pick. 2 melawan 3, satunya sekarat. Wall di up lagi ternyata. Kalah. Nice, reject. Kalah lagi gak pakai BH. Pala lo, gue cowok bangsat. Emang gak pakai bener anjing. Ngapain pakai BH, cok?
Being talked about with the desk towards fees and how he hasn't really been able to dip his feet a lot in the kills department for reject here. Last round he only had the 9 kills total as a Cypher, but coming into this one he's looking much stronger right now. He's able to crossfire with his team. They're making use of that ability to refrag for their comrade, and it's working. This is the thing that we didn't really see from reject on Ascent, and I feel like it's the biggest thing as to how FullSense was just able to get away with murder is that there's just nobody to witness it and kind of report it to the rest of the team, right? Reject, they're really creating control on attack, especially now that they've had Kaminari.
Ekoron lagi FullSense.
And look at how he's had so much control in mid. Everybody who wants to go for that flank, that lurk, this cannot go through. Superbus though. Oh, okay.
Trap ketahuan. Udah defend aja pak. FullSense.
Disappointing. I mean for him obviously because he was almost.
Kan bisa dibaca pakai pisau ya. Maaf nih. Ih. Katanya keren. Mantep gimang, aduh kan. Pakai siapa tuh namanya senjata? Anjing lupa gua. Ulti. Pick. Ulti sofa, under fury.
Not with that blade storm pushing ever closer. Samurai Deeper getting that drop onto Chalalala. And this retake is already fallen to the wayside. But Lamy Stacks yet again has been so.
Apakah wallbang? Oh tidak, dia tidak ngecek order, cek belakang, cek order sih. Aku boleh nginep boleh.
You mentioned it already, man. He just keeps finding those
4-0. Woo!
That's the best way to
buat defend rugi, attacker dapat 4.
Love to be able to check that out. That's a replay and a half for us for sure because
ya kita lihat aja reject enter ngedefendnya gimana.
He's been just hitting 2 kills one after the other. It's kind of ridiculous.
Setup dilakukan oleh keeper musuh.
Weaponry, they're gonna have John Olsen with the operator. They've actually positioned him on A for that aggressive peek onto A main. And this could actually work. If he makes a
keker terus sampai juara.
We'll just have a very expensive buy that literally does nothing for FullSense, but
yeah.
if he holds on a little bit more, it
iya.
The timing, just a tad. He's gonna go for another.
Bener-bener nunggu anjing, kagak jalan-jalan orangnya. Bangsat.
Yeah, they don't wanna give too much too earlier on. So they're actually not even peeking that angle. He's just waiting around the corner there.
Padahal hold doang udah di sini mah. Nggak kayak match Iron Bronze Silver. Udah ada geruduk.
The Seekers have been deployed here towards mid, and so that's going to allow them a little bit of information to figure out where the defense is situated. And with all that mid control that they have.
Oke, A-nya mulai diserang. Aduh. Tidak dapat, rugi. OP-nya rugi. Planting. Akankah keluarkan cendol? Cendol dong. Nah, cendol di pop up. Kita review dulu ketek bacot permintaannya anjing aneh-aneh aja bang. Gue review ketek gua donasi 50.000 gas. Cendol.
the shots of Lammy Snacks here.
Hmm,
He's not going to be
mantap.
able to make that happen. He gets another tag, but that was a big switch from Ski. Left onto shot.
Ente
Not for the
FS.
second. Once again, RC. They're making control of this car, and it's kind of zooming past the road.
They have definitely.
Ada technical time out ternyata ya guys ya, udah kebantai 5-0, ngatur strategi ulang.
It's a good time to call it.
Wow.
They have lost every single round thus far. Even the gun rounds, they have not been able to deal with the A hit coming in from Full Sense. Coming in from Reject. And so Full Sense are kind of trying to piece things together right now. Even if they don't really talk tactically, at least take a little bit of time to breathe, because a lot is at stake here. They do not want to go down to the lower bracket just early on, especially as a heavy favorite in this matchup. Everybody is expecting Full Sense to pull ahead. They won the first map, and the first map was even Reject's choice. And so
Ngantuk kuat dah. Anjing masih ngantuk kayak gua.
You always can use that, as you mentioned. A bit of a reset.
Hari-hari time out.
5 rounds, I think it's still, what's the word for it? It's a bit
Udah
still
mulai.
digestible for Full Sense here.
Mulai
but they
lagi
don't
guys ya,
really
time
wanna
outnya
get
udah
into that
kelar.
second half with giving up too much. Even if I feel like Breeze is an attacking side or map, and you can swing on the momentum here, like what Reject is doing, Full Sense still have to be very careful, because this really is, aside from just the numbers itself, boosting the confidence of Reject all throughout. John Olsen,
Mau ngambil orb, bedon.
security man, walls or smokes, don't block.
Nah. Silver gameplay. Let's go.
Shows no mercy. B's able to use his Viper wall to clear out the rest of the B site. They're isolating any fights whatsoever.
Vipernya udah ada ulti sih.
On the perspective itself. And that's going to leave Lammy Sacks and Superbus try to come
Waduh.
in. And this should be the last to remain, and that's going to be Superbus with the Sheriff. 2 targets down to 5.
Anjing dikeluarkan. Wah, terkena anjing, digigit anjing. 6-0 nih guys ya. 6-0. GG.
Troublesome for Full Sense. Full Sense has always been a team that's really struggled to close out games, and I wouldn't be
Gila
surprised
loh.
if they actually drop this map.
Rata mulu.
So many times where they, even in SEA challenges where they're supposed to win certain games,
Masih mencoba Jetnya dengan keberuntungan yang memakai operator. Sama operator apakah bisa? Cendol telah dikeluarkan di depan A. Anjing mencari-cari, ternyata tidak ketemu orangnya guys ya.
coming into the next one, they will have to pick up at least some rounds if they want to make this comeback happen. But at 6-0, it's starting to get a lot.
Kalau mau masuk dari mid, dari City atau ke B, agak susah sih.
Last game, but this time he's been relegated to the Punishy role, where he takes all of the beating.
Pilihannya udah tinggal B.
I like that, but other people do not, or other teams do not. Full Sense not really in the swing of it. That just means that he has to try to make something happen with this operator. He has to get those shots in, but from how Reject
di pantai kayak mau P, hati-hati aja bray.
Pop shot as well being heard. This is gonna at least create some opportunities here for Full Sense. And Samurai, yeah, he's already showed himself onto the B side. PTC, really loving how aggressive this person really plays on the forward push, but unlike on Ascent, he has to swing very, very aggressive just to even find any targets, and he's not gonna find any on B as the rotations come in for A once again.
Masih mau nyoba.
Yeah, they're gonna try and make it happen, but there is a Viper Spit standing in their way. 14 seconds left. They will have to make a move.
Gak ada yang kena, bro. Kena.
Very, very much difficult as John Olsen and Superbus clean up the round here.
Oke, FS dapat poin. Gara-gara cendol.
It did take an ultimate in a Viper Spit to help them hold that site, hold that area. And a lot of time burned on the side of a Reject to be able to get one, but still, silver lining, they do manage to get that round.
6-1. Naikin mental sih satunya. Biar pada bisa
There's always
aktif
like
lagi.
a bit of a digging out tool that you have when you do get that Viper spit, and well, that starts it kind of sparks the match, or sparks the fire. We'll see if it gets fanned into this next round for Full Sense. Thankfully enough, they were able to save up basically everything, so they're kind of building somewhat of an economy here. But what is going to be worrisome right now is it's back to
Masih
technically
berpegang
square
teguh
one.
terhadap OP antara kedua tim.
Fees is gonna be setting up a smoke wall onto A as they hopefully try to go for
kalah pick.
doors here, but they're pushing through the Viper's pit or the
Oke.
Snake Bite. This time
Kayaknya poin buat RC.
but the trades are
Poin buat reject kah manis? 2 lawan 3.
RC. There was somebody lurking on A main, but he's been dealt with, and we've left this in a 2 versus 3.
Yeah, Samurai Deeper has an angle, gets flashed off.
Boh,
Looking to pressure him, nice shot.
gua banget emang dah. Ya bego nggak itu bukan gua.
Could have landed that shot onto Samurai Deeper, but it's a ripper of a shot here from Shalalala. They're going to be able to get on
6-1.
I don't think there's enough time at this point unless he finds a pick.
Ayo 2 lawan 1, apakah bisa?
He needs to get something and he needs to get it fast, otherwise he's going to be locked out.
Oh enggak, memilih save ternyata sippernya dibandingkan maju, lalu mati, lalu miskin kembali.
I think they might still be able to fight, but I just do not think they'll have that operator in their hands, which is seemingly what they needed.
Oke, 7-1 untuk RC.
Yeah, has been starting to get that.
Ada, gelap badan.
All the kills, it's been Lammy snacks, man. So that's kind of a different thing. It's probably because of all of those sheriff kills that they keep getting during their thrifty rounds. But yeah,
Oh, Ekoron sih Jet. Pistol doang, yang lain pada pakai Vandal sama Phantom.
Alternative. I'm wondering, yeah, we are looking at his perspective. So the kind of thing that we probably will be looking at is an aggressive forward push, get a reset, dash away,
Blinded.
and look to have that 4 versus 5 at the start of the round. John Olsen still
Ada ulti juga, pantesan di pistol doang.
I like this. I don't think they know that he's gonna be coming. Wait, I get it wrong though.
Pala nggak?
Perfect pre-aim. John Olsen Mamba out. Yeah. And
Coverannya bagus banget.
he doubled up. They got 2 kills. That's the round. Or
Yeah.
that's the start
Yeah.
of the round for them.
I mean, that's exactly what you want from Full Sense.
3 lawan 5.
You know, glimpses of this in that game on Ascent. You'll have John Olsen trying to push up with Lammy Snacks to cover his in fact things get hairy or get a refrag should it come to it. And you know, those early plays like that, those early pickoffs is something that you should be wary of if you're playing.
Ya, kepick meninggal langsung. Tinggal.
Just like now, and they are so rocked. Oh my god, PTC crossing the 30 HP. He gets tagged up by the operator of Samurai Deeper at this
1 lawan 5. Oh, OP diambil.
He might get a Vandal though. Oh no, Super Bus picks it. I think they both got it.
7-2.
I think he picked that up so that he immediately drops the other weapon.
Apakah bisa menyusul keunggulan Full Sense terhadap reject? Kayaknya sih susah 7 cok.
I think that sounds much worse.
Bisa aja sih.
That's a really good way.
Attacker udah dapat setengah lebih dari ronde pertama.
You know, the weapons you had, you just drop it right.
Bisa.
You don't have the time to like.
Sisa 3 ronde lagi.
It's a nice little mechanic you can use. Yeah.
Ayo bang, ayo tasak, halo.
As their economy is a little bit in ruins.
Welcome to the stream.
Well, not in ruins, but not exactly the best spot. And this defensive aggression really working out here. He goes ahead and tries to drop the dog just so he's safe from the other side. But he can actually try to re-aggress here. PEC.
Ya. 2 tuker 1, rugi.
Missing the refrag. Gets taken down as well. So it's Norrison who has had to
4 lawan 2.
But it's too little.
Reject.
Pieces are in shambles. There's only 2 left. It's Norrison and Fees. And Full Sense have, off the back of 1 player, managed to find themselves a very, very good chance in this round. And John Olsen's going to do the exact same thing. They will probably not expect the re-aggression here. Coming in from elbow, as Fees will be watching for it alongside Norrison, so they are aware of the possibility. But
1 lawan 4. Clutch.
Constant slow aggression from Full Sense is just doing the trick right here.
1.
for now. It's a good shot to bring
Mental nih, mentalnya parah nih.
be careful not to throw this one away because it's very possible the recon bolt will spot him out, get him down to 21. Obviously no way to
Ya kena shock dart.
and oh
Nice try, nice try.
starts to the feet as he dies alongside him. It just takes him out in style.
Anyone but Jet would have dropped to that, and Norrison just had no chance to get out of that particular situation. PTC, man, he's been. I said it already. He's been getting away with murder on this one, and on elbow. I was wondering why he actually
OP lagi full sense lawan Marshall, apakah bisa? Let's go. Marshall Pride, ayo. Hit. Entry udah. Dapat satu. Woi, kena ubur-ubur. Entry-nya jelek. 7-4 ya guys ya. Mantep dah full sense. Tapi masih untungan reject sih. Skor lebih tinggi. Dan kalau reject dapat satu ini terakhir, dia tinggal nyari poin 5. Sementara kalau FS menang harus nyari skor 8.
There was yet again Lammy Snacks to back him up and bail his teammate out of trouble. So it's just that connection that Lammy Snacks has had with John Olsen that has allowed them time and time again for these peaks. And now
Diras kah? Ya. Gak usah ngeras-ngeras lah. Woi, lu defender. Kesel gue dong ngeliatnya, cok. Oke, ditahan. Dapat 2, sayang sekali ya guys ya. OP diambil. Scan. Untung gak kena. Ke-refill bobo. Nge-skin apa cuy? Nge-skin apa? OTWB. Wall udah dikeluarin. Entry. Wah, menang nih RC ini. 2 lawan 3. Aduh, sekarang 1. 1 lawan 2. Ya, 8-4. Nice. Reject. Nah, kita lihat reject gimana ngedefendnya. Apakah lebih kuat dari full sense? Apakah dibungkus apa dikasih poin lagi? Setupnya sama sih. Draftnya. Maksudnya picknya bukan draft. Picknya sama, seharusnya setupnya kemungkinan sama. Bukan. Super di B, Viper di A, Sofa di Hall, midnya Jet, Trio, Jet Sky sama Chipper. Drone apakah dipakai oleh Pulsen Lammy Snacks? Oke, all dikeluarkan. Entry-nya masuk. Entry kan masuk. Lock. Empat lawan 3. 2 lawan 2. Wow. Full sense. 85 maniak bro. Bang Eja. Apa Bang Agus? Kapan kita podcast kah? Podcast lagi. Udah lama nih. Berapa? Berapa lama? Terakhir bulan apa sih podcast?
And his reaction time to see the target to the box to the left of him and just hit that first headshot really started things, I feel, for full senses. Still 8-5. We are going to be seeing Samurai Deeper with his granddaddy Marshall.
Wow.
And we'll see if Marshall will
Headshot.
get those.
Aduh.
Does not miss a beat. I mean, this
Terlalu sange.
but that just means that maybe the push onto the B side, maybe the plan is going to be successful, which it is. And Lammy's
Planting udah dilakukan oleh Full Sense dan
that's gonna be it.
Dor.
Gonna have to retake this.
Oh dear, that definitely got a little bit scary for a second there with Lamy snaps, but he pulls it back. He pulls it back, spots the arm.
Sok dat trot. Ya. 86 reject ternyata melemah kah?
The comeback very much likely. Full sense. I said, 8-4 is definitely a decent scoreline on the attacking side.
Ternyata dapat poin banyak di attack, belum tentu di defense-nya enak ya guys ya.
So I'm sure they'll have all the strats that they need. They've ironed out this attacking side, and this is where I think Full Sense really start to come back.
This is going to be the bonus though. So there is still a chance for Reject to net themselves a round.
86 udah ronde ke-15. Wow, wallbang di situ ternyata ya guys ya bisa ya. Enak nih. Ilmu baru, Cok. Drone dikeluarkan.
Full Sense had at least the time to get out of harm's way. Now being tagged himself, he's just gonna back away. John Olsen's gotta be careful, but it seems like they
udah Odin aja bos.
Satu.
Dua. Cuma dapat dua tuker satu. Untung ya guys ya. Dua nggak dapat. 3 lawan 3. Terdapat anjing scan. Ditutup gerbangnya. Oke. Dua lawan 1. Apakah cukup?
All alone in a 1v2 here. He has to come up big, gets flashed completely. No swing behind it. He's safe behind the corner.
Yeah.
Tries to get up close.
Nice try.
Next is around the corner.
87 cok. Anjir.
Like granted he was setting up flashes and such, but
dari 84 sampai 87. Ada apa dengan reject? Defense jelek sepertinya. Ini harusnya ada Sage ucup nih buat ngetutup gerbang. Sage ucup dibutuhkan di sini. Udah line up. Untuk menit ya. Oke, pada scan, OTW scan. Jet udah ngedas. Iya, kepik. Palanya. Kayak lembang makanya bang.
Man, he should just stay on that Marshall. He's been so good on
2 lawan 3.
And I think a significant amount of his kills haven't come from that. Certainly his most impactful ones.
You gotta break the social norms. If you think that at a buy round you have to buy a rifle, no, hell no. If he just shots with the Marshall, by all means, go for it. Oh, let's see.
Muter.
If he goes all the way around, there's another one. There's another tripwire right in front of him too. So
Pistol doang sih.
I was gonna hype it up already, like the Olympics and stuff, being able to jump over hurdles, but yeah, it's not gonna be possible. Cha pushes, okay, he has the vandal.
Pakai segala ganti pisau. Roger juga.
That's it. That's curtains for them. It should be a win.
30 seconds left.
And a great win, a very costly round here for Full Sense, and a very profitable one for.
Okay,
that's awkward.
1 lawan 2.
Snacks does get it, and if there's
20
anyone
seconds.
really on the side of Full Sense who can clutch massively, it's
Clutch kah?
Snacks. You got watch this guy. He is just a phenom at it. He can actually get behind the pillar. He makes a lot of
97. Akhirnya reject, nambah skor juga. Tadi setak.
probably expecting that maybe at least one of his opponents have abandoned elbow and went straight on tunnel, but the read just was not apt for the situation. Both of his opponents there from Reject doubled up onto the peek out on B main, and well, that's going to cost a round for Full Sense here. Still very expensive for Reject. Full Sense, I think they should still be able to buy somewhat. Yeah, John Olsen, he's just going to relegate himself to the pistol because the blades are available.
Buh.
Makes it very
Okay,
easy. And speaking of easy, they just go in quite simply into the embracing shots of Samurai Deeper. And once again, he is just such a
One
beast.
enemy remaining.
Ooh, big kills from Shala. Three. He's managed to find 11 HP, has the ultimate, deploys it. Now they know Kaminari's here. They're just gonna set up a crossfire now. It's gonna be a mountain to climb. Kaminari spots one, so he knows he has information on where one is, but has no idea where Chalalala could be. Chalalala. That's a lot of blood. He's going to be going ahead and rotating all the way towards a cave, and they're gonna set up a crossfire just for this post plant here.
Sounds like a Christmas song.
Tap. Cha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Yeah, okay. It's almost Christmas. It is.
That it is. That is. I mean, we still have to go get through Halloween, man, which I feel like is better than
Dude,
Christmas.
you know, in the Philippines, the moment it hits the Burr months, it's Christmas, right? I mean, my neighbors have their lights up.
That is true. Or you have neighbors that have not taken down their Christmas decoration from last year and just turn it up.
Yeah,
this
better
year.
just leave them on the whole year. It's always
Yeah,
Christmas.
it's always Christmas. I feel like you have that like one neighbor that's just right beside you that does that. Just because they don't want to have the hassle of like having all of these nice little decorations drop down. Speaking of dropping down, PTC, did he just charge out? No, that was Samurai Deeper that
Selamat.
onto the connector on A main, and they actually get punished for this. RC, with the weaker weapons that they have, they wanted to be, I guess, catching off the members of Full Sense, but Full Sense, they got a full sense of what was happening.
Good shot right there, but with two players still standing, Kaminari only on the shorty. He's taking a gamble just by holding here, but the gamble is a losing one, as all of the members of Full Sense, now they are towards A. And even the flank has been secured, even bridge has been secured here by Super Bucks. So this is basically a side completely open.
Cipreton pakai sorti. Siap.
Once they get a little bit
Bang
closer,
sorti
they'll find that
siap.
here, like at all. It's completely
Ang abang dapatin sorti.
It's like Santa Claus, right? When he tries to invade your house, he's gonna have to make sure that everybody's asleep or not at home.
Nanti dilakukan oleh Full Sense. 98, apakah 99?
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
I figured. He's your bad boy.
Oh yeah.
Ini Nobar cuma match ini dong kayaknya.
I'm a bad
Apa tuh?
boy.
Kuy Bang Eja. Ayo lah.
My dishes on the sink without cleaning them.
Oh, you monster.
Free-nya kapan kau, Gus?
Cereal in before, I mean milk in before the cereal too.
Udah free sih harusnya kan, tinggal nyari-nyari
No, it's
cuan
still
doang.
but I don't use milk. I use orange juice.
Okay, so you're not a monster, you're just
Gua nggak harus
naturally a barbarian.
nyeting template lagi tapi.
Player standing.
Spotted.
Oh,
Oh,
I thought he
headshot,
had that.
but yeah.
Didn't do nearly enough
Nice,
damage as I thought it would,
99.
because that was, I think,
99 ya guys ya.
Yeah. Here's the thing that I think people have to adjust.
Ternyata reject defense-nya tidak sekuat
Headshots don't matter.
yang
It
saya
has to be
kira.
full-on body shots because you mentioned it, right? You need to hit all those
Keuntungan
buttons
yang
just to
didapatkan
maximize
dari
the headshots.
8-4
Not really the best, and
tidak
with the
membawa
Buccaneers right
apapun.
click being hella nerfed, if you
Tidak
have one
membuat
that goes
menang
short,
cepat
obviously,
dari tim
no,
reject.
you still want to have those body shots to maximize the damage. So there you go. You know, just a quick little run through for those who do not know, but I'm pretty sure Twitch chat already knows. They're pretty smart.
Reject timeout ngatur strategi. Hari-hari timeout.
very much timely for this timeout, and they're gonna be holding
Kalau di
the
Mobile
line
Legends tuh
for a
pause.
minute
P.
because 9
Enggak sih kalau pause di ML mah.
or even SEA on the operator, you never really used to see the operator on
Nggak
the
bisa,
attack
nggak bisa
side,
translate.
SEA in like stage 1, stage 2,
Nikmatin aja lah udahlah.
being a little bit more prevalent with maps
Bang,
like
rumah aman.
um,
Buset.
even on Icebox,
Bang, rumah gua ngapa?
and actually like almost every map we saw
Rumah gua nggak ngapa-ngapa.
on the KO yesterday in fact, on Ascent.
Speaking of operators and such, have you seen Kenny S being in esports?
Do, nggak ada Sage, Do.
Oh yeah.
Gimana sih, Dok?
Might have another one that'll
Ada sekie, Dok.
landscape of how operators play. You know, not only being an attack, but you're probably going to be seeing the operator use
Tapi Sky-nya bukan Sky lu ini yang ngeblend temen.
ridiculous moves with that weapon, right?
I wouldn't say that's out of the realm of the possibility. The Viper spit deploy here towards A. These does get the drop on.
Cendol
That's
di
pretty
depan
big
gate
kill
A.
because that's the Seekers
Hari-hari mengcendol.
from the full sense arsenal here. They can't use it anymore. So they will be going towards B. They will be trying to evade
Sky-nya multi.
that Viper spit. There are only
Mau dimalingin Ido, buset.
Samurai.
Apa-apa dah malingin aja, Dok.
Does manage to get a nice shot onto Super.
Bapak gue watching you.
Now John Olsen will look to challenge if Samurai Deeper does look to refeed here.
Gaigan.
Repeat at all because Ski is just covering.
Kenapa disebut Gaigan sih? Gue mau tahu dasar usul Gaigan tuh apa anjing?
I don't know if, like what's the second to like trifecta, but it's like two.
Kenapa Gai gitu?
That's called dynamic duo, right? You got yourself an operator for long range, and short to mid range, you got the suppressive fire of the Odin. It's quite ridiculous. Probably teams would not want to go through that, especially if you're just gonna get swatted. If
Bang mau nanya biar bisa banyak.
try to
Aduh.
dash in because Samurai
Biar banyak gimana anjing? Lu kasih paman nih. Nih, gue kasih tahu aja nih.
and looking
Gue
into it,
kecilin
yeah,
dulu
makes
deh.
sense. Because they don't
Kecilin
have
nih. Yang pertama nih biar subsnya banyak. Yang pertama lu cari-cari bikin tutorial bug game. Itu. Lu kalau bug game itu pasti banyak yang nonton dan banyak yang sub. Oh banyak deh bug game, lu cari bug nih game. Terus tutor kayak line up gitu-gitu. Terus sama apa lagi? Gue sih naik gara-gara ngebug waktu di game Saga. Ke review apa tuh? Ke review kal bagus dong. Kal apa, Cok? Pokoknya lu perbanyak bikin tutorial bug, tutorial line up, tutorial setup, post lane, pasti laku. Apalagi kan di Iron, Bronze, Silver. Pokoknya lu perbanyak itu dah, perbanyak upload video dah biar algoritma di YouTube lu itu naik, ngikut gitu sama yang lain jadinya. Kalau lu nggak jarang upload, ya cuman kayak live stream doang, itu susah naik sih sebenarnya kalau live stream doang. Intinya lu upload, terus ya udah, nanti algoritma YouTube-nya nyamain kayak lu pamer tete, bisa tete, hari-hari tete. Nggak udah bang, kalau punya tete mah. Ingat formulanya, kalau cowok itu susah, kalau cewek itu gampang. Karena mohon maaf nih ya, karena ada yang bisa dispesialkan gitu. Masih 10 sama, cowok. Reject lawan force. Apa sih tadi nih full sense? Oh, force kan aja. Gitu. Pamer tete di Bigo aja anjing. Kalau nggak di Nimo di live show laku ya. Tapi gimana cowok, cok? Nonjol pentil doang anjing. Nembak kaki. Itu nggak nembak selangkangan, ngelos tuh nggak kena. Thanks bang tipsnya. Yuk, sama-sama. Pokoknya di Indo tuh paling enak paling rame itu ya yang berbau-bau curang. Instan gitu. Lu bagi-bagi, lu nyari cheat, lu share aja lagi. Rame ntar. Buh. Cincaunya cair dong. Ya cincaunya turun, Cok. Ama yang penting pembawaan sih kalau itu. Tiru Indah bisa, tapi udah banyak kan, gak enak, udah terlalu pasar. Pokoknya ya pembawaan sih yang dipentingin. Duluan 1. Aduh. Poin 11. Bang, giveaway dong. Ah, tuh iya, giveaway juga rame. Minta ke Ido aja. Gue belum pernah giveaway di channel ini, males. Subscriber gara-gara giveaway kayak sampah banget anjing. Bukan sampah sih, apa? Ya mereka tuh datang cuma pas kalian butuh dan ada giveaway. Udah gitu doang. Selebihnya lu kalau upload konten-konten lain pasti sepi. Yang ditamain giveaway doang. Kalau giveaway terus lu atasnya giveaway nih, misal view-nya 5.000, terus subscribernya dapatnya misalnya 50. Pas lu post biasa pasti nggak segitu, pasti viewer lu pasti di bawah 200 dan subscriber pasti ya nambah, syukur. Jurnalis aja giveaway bang, lu giveaway anjing, giveaway setan tai. Do giveaway bapak dong do. Kali bapak lu dok, udah bosen sama lu, di giveawayin aja. Dapat 1 ya guys ya, wallbang. Nih jetnya kayak gue banget dok, parah men. Nggak jadi kayak gue. Bangsat. Bangsat sih, Cok. Ntar lah giveaway lah kalau ada rezeki lebih lagi. Kalau emang monetize-nya udah hidup, gampang lah tuh. Giveaway itu sesuatu yang gampang sebenarnya. Kalau ada sponsor, kalau ada duit, itu. Nah, sponsor gue udah nggak ada nih. Sponsor gue udah ditarik sama ini, sama debt collector. Dua 12 digigit Ido anjing. Gaigan Ido Pride. Aduh, do, ajarin do pakai Odin do. Dapat 1. LAIN. Menang, Cok. GG. Nice try buat full sense. GG reject. Nice. Gokil. 12-10 dari 84. Satu sama. Berarti bakal next map di bind. Main yuk. Main dulu. main yuk. Sekali gue yang ngajarin. Biji. Sekali lu kontol anjing. Maaf kasar, emang kayak anjing sekalinya Ido.
게임을 찾았습니다.
Gamer 찾았습니다. Ini Korea, cok. Anjing di bris baru tadi. Anjing auto pick duelist. Duelises semua. Bangsat. Full duelist. Nih Do, gua ajarin main Yoru Do. Musuh juga 3 duelist. Pikira. Kok gue naruh sini sih portal?
비지점 적 발견. 시야를 훔치겠어.
적 생성. 스파이크를 설치한다. 재장전 중.
Blok mati.
여기다.
처리했어. 적군이 한 명 남았습니다.
Wih, jago tuh.
인간이도.
역시나
Gigi gimana?
대단했어.
미끼다. 미끼다.
가자.
조용히. 약 올라간다.
훔치.
스파이크 설치. 스파이크 설치.
Aduh dari belakang, cok.
A의 적 발견. 재장전 중. 적군이 한 명 남았습니다.
나이스.
내 치유가 얼마나 짜증나는지 이제 알겠군. 저 가짜를 처치해주지.
Waduh, anjim.
적군이 한 명 남았습니다.
Dari
아군이 한 명 남았습니다.
set. Boros banget press anjing. Guar meme.
재밌는데 이대로만 하자고.
Loh. Kalau bahasa ginian di bawah.
모두 빼앗아주지.
Buset dah.
잘 안 보일 거야.
올라간다.
벽을 세웠어. A 지점 적 발견.
우리 운반자가 처치됐다.
스파이크가 A 지점에 떨어졌습니다. A 지점 적 발견. 대장
스파이크를 설치한다. 대장 중.
중앙에서 적 발견. 아군이 한 명 남았습니다.
스파이크를 확보했다.
Gue bilang flank, batu anjing.
한 놈씩 처리하지. 남은 건 알아서들 해치우라고.
Udah cacat tuh gua.
미끼다. 미끼다.
좋아, 가자.
여기야. 여기다.
한 명 남았습니다. 살려둘 만한 녀석이 이쪽이야. 여기야. 이쪽이야. 여기야. 내가 신호할게. 여기야. 조심해. 조심해.
대장 중.
처리하지.
스파이크가 A 지점에 떨어졌습니다.
미끼다. 여기야. 여기다.
Aduh, 27 doang.
아군이 한 명 남았습니다. 적군이 한 명 남았습니다.
Dah. Nis, apa OP-nya diambil?
나만 믿어. 그냥
믿으면
돼.
Temen deh.
가서 덮치자고.
뒤에서 적 발견.
대장
눈을 가려주지.
이동 배치 중이야. 미끼다. 공간 이동. 끝이다.
Petis kaki, cok.
아군이 한 명 남았습니다. 적군이 한 명 남았습니다. 스파이크가 B 지점에 떨어졌습니다.
지나가자.
Aduh, belum nyampe dong KLEVV.
좋아, 할 수 있어.
Mau? Ya lah.
내가 앞장서지. 욕불을 받아라.
치유해줄게.
다녀올게.
저리 비켜!
내가 처리하지. 내가 돌아왔다.
Bangsat. Tujuan, cok.
내 동료를 죽이게 두진 않겠어.
운반장 자치됐다.
스파이크가 A 지점에 떨어졌습니다. 아군이 한 명 남았습니다.
Buset.
난 내 소명을 알고 있어.
아껴두겠어. 다 쓸어버려. 미끼다. 공간 이동.
Ah, gua kira bisa di-braided.
스파이크가
Anjing.
중앙에 떨어졌습니다.
좋아, 가자.
Ben boker gua lupa lagi anjing.
뭘까? 쑥이라도 헐벌 떨어라. 재장전 중. 아군이 한 명 남았습니다. 적군이 한 명 남았습니다.
Reload. Biasaan. Kirena tuh biasaan nggak mau reload.
절대 멈추지 마. 혼자 살아남아도 끝까지 싸우라고.
날아볼까? A점 적 발견. 재장전 중.
이다. 생성. 스파이크를 설치한다. 다음은 누구냐? 마이크 설치. 가짜는 보냈고 여기 총 발견. 공간 이동.
적군이 한 명 남았습니다.
까지 남자. 대단한 거. 내가 공격하면 들어오라고. 놈들이 약해져 있을 테니. 금방 올게. 내가 처리하지. 내가 왔다. B로 이동 중. 마이크를 설치했다. 미끼다. 미끼다. 처문이 닫혔다. 공간 이동.
아군이 한 명 남았습니다. 적군이 한 명 남았습니다.
Nice.
전반전 최종 라운드. 이후엔 아무것도 가질 수 없어. 모두 써버려.
여기야. 내가 사지. 뭐가 필요해? 버려줄 사람? 고마워.
Dibuang anjing, goblok banget Phoenixnya, tolol.
모조리 처치해.
Jembut.
여기야. 지나가자. 미끼다.
Anjing, udah nyampe situ aja diras.
살아 시작이다. 스파이크가
너무나
공격팀
빼라.
시작 지점에 떨어졌습니다. 아군이 한 명 남았습니다. 공수
이왕이면 멋진
교대.
무기를 고르라고. 그 정도는 해줘야지. A로 이동 중. 어쩌면 보자. A로 이동 중. B로 이동 중. B로 이동 중.
적군이 한 명 남았습니다. 재장전 중.
공간 이동. 치료가 필요해.
아직
여긴 차원 구조가 약하군. 내가 찢어주겠어. 지나가지. B로 이동 중.
스파이크 설치.
B로 이동 중.
Area udah kayak nggak punya salah anjing.
아군이 한 명 남았습니다.
Agak ada non-step anjing.
적에는 똑바로 응시하면 정확하게 쏠 수 있지.
Ngomong apa tai?
지나간다. B로 이동 중.
스파이크가 B 지점에 떨어졌습니다. 아군이 한 명 남았습니다. 적군이 한 명 남았습니다. 스파이크가 설치되었습니다.
누구? 또 총이다.
뭐해? 얼른 일어나. 녀석들 잡으러 가야지.
잘했어. 좋은데. 나 금방 오지. 미끼다. 미끼다. 처리하지.
내 동료를 죽이게 두진 않겠어. 스파이크가 A 지점에 떨어졌습니다. 이제 아군이 한 명 남았습니다. 적군이 한 명 남았습니다.
좋아, 가자.
예. 나이스.
핀스, 넌 별처럼 빛나는구나.
지나가자. 도와줘. 미끼다. 여기야. 미끼다. 여기다. 자원물이 닫혔다. 충전 필요.
중앙에서 적 발견.
Aduh, anjing pakai setel lagu goblok.
잡았다. 재장전 중. 아군이 한 명 남았습니다. 스파이크 설치.
제대로 붙어봐. 좋았어.
Apa mau doang Antec ini?
지나간다. B로 이동 중. 다음은 누구냐?
스파이크가 설치되었습니다. 아군이 한 명 남았습니다.
살려둘 만한 녀석이 어쩜 하나도
인간 이동. 미끼다. 미끼다.
저리 비켜!
여기야. 여기다. 여기야. 창문이 닫혔다. 여기다. 여기야. 여기다.
스파이크가 B 지점에 떨어졌습니다. B에서 적 발견. 적군이 한 명 남았습니다.
시작이다. 마지막 적을 처치했어.
선제 공격으로 가자고. 그게 반격보다 나으니까. 미끼다. 인간 이동. 여기야. 여기다.
재장전 중.
A로 이동 중.
A에서 적들 발견.
루스턴 처치.
재장전 중.
내가
스파이크
처리해.
설치.
내가 왔다.
적군이 한 명 남았습니다.
재장전 중. 여기야. 여기야. 애썼다. 청이다.
다들 알지? 각자 맡은 역할만 잘하면 박살낼 수 있다.
인간 이동. 미끼다.
내 동료를 죽이게 두진 않겠어.
스파이크가 중앙에 떨어졌습니다. 아군이 한 명 남았습니다.
바람아, 길을 보여줘.
고마워.
다녀올게. 미끼다. 미끼다. 멍청아. 자, 꺼져. 내가 처리하지. 내가 돌아와.
스파이크가 설치되었습니다.
B로 이동 중. 인간 이동.
아군이 한 명 남았습니다.
화끈한 불쇼볼 준비들 됐어?
Agak berani waktu di awal nih.
지나가지. 미끼다. 미끼다. 다음은 누구냐?
잘 안 보일
Belakang
거야.
itu.
여기다.
스파이크 설치.
Anjing kanan adalah.
B 지점 정찰.
아군이 한 명 남았습니다.
Aduh, tinggal jet lagi. Olol ah jetnya anjing. Pro terus ya.
매치 포인트.
Nah, ulti lagi gua.
B로 이동 중. 미끼다. 다들 미끼다. 인간 이동.
저리 비켜.
Anjing 99 doang jet.
가는 중.
스파이크가 설치되었습니다.
친구 미안. 좋아, 가자.
Iya.
한 명 남았습니다.
Ulti di situ. Nah.
공격팀 승리.
Hari-hari nge-troll orang.
but not all that much. Still gonna hold it. Not so sure actually why they would flash without very much purpose. And again, I think that's gonna be a little bit of an issue as they try to take the A side. Don't actually think that. I don't know, man. It's just the usage of utility get a little bit questionable at the very start. In the end, though, maybe it's just all to show.
Keker terus sampai mortal.
It has given them the opportunity to rotate where there's only two. Now, rejects, they kind of have an idea that they like to stack B on the full send side, and it's happened multiple times. So now they're gonna go again and send people towards a super bus here. Might be in a little bit of trouble. Will not spot anyone. The Trailblazer does spot him out. He tries to go for the double spray down, but John Olsen is good for the collapse. He gets a third here, and John Olsen is what he's waiting for. One of the best players in Thailand hasn't been hitting his shots up until
FS
now,
kembali galak.
showing everybody that he's still
Dah. Thank you semuanya udah nonton dan komen dan udah like. See you next live stream. Bye bye.